What's up, guys? Welcome to my review of the Xbox Series X. Now, you might notice something different about me. I'm not wearing my signature trademark hat, patent pending, and also, I'm not wearing pants. Just kidding, I'm wearing shorts. That was a little joke to get your attention. I hope you guys are doing great, and thank you for all the subscriptions. Please like and subscribe to my videos. It really helps my channel out. But before getting into all that and just talking about my channel or anything else, this is the Xbox Series X. And honestly, guys, this system has been in my house for over a month now. I've been playing it, and here's some of my thoughts on it. It's actually pretty good. Overall, if you noticed what Xbox and PlayStation have done, is that they've been doing more of an evolution rather than a total revolution of their systems. Every 3 years you see a refresh of their console, and this kind of continues that theme. So, getting right to it, in the past month I've been playing with this machine, and it's great. This has been one of the coolest systems I've had, and I really fell in love with the Xbox ever since the One S. That's the first one I actually purchased. But the One X was a great upgrade to that with the Scorpio engine and the really fast processing, but the Series X takes all that to the next level. This thing is based on AMD's RDNA 2 and Zen 2 architectures. Basically a very highly touted and highly respected architecture that everybody's been waiting for it to come out. So you'll notice Ryzen and all these names of their cool processors that AMD comes out with. This is based on all that. So you're basically getting a Ryzen processor with their new type of graphics card and architecture in the Xbox Series X. The PlayStation 5 also has it, so nothing against that. This is Xbox's version of it. Physical aspect aside, this thing is a giant. This thing is built like a tower. Ventilation grill is on the top with that little green tint that you see. And this is the front of the Xbox and the UHD drive, the Blu-ray ultra high definition drive. You got a USB port and eject button and all that. Kind of going to the back though, to show you guys how it looks. You're kind of going to the back, you get the actual expansion card storage, HDMI out. This is an HDMI 2.1 port, a Ethernet network card interface, and USB high-speed ports. Overall, this thing didn't fit in my entertainment center, and I actually had to turn it to the side. It looks good sitting on the side, but actually it looks really cool just sitting like a tower like this. So this is how it should look, in my personal opinion, but honestly you could set it any way you like under your media center. It looks great, and it looks great to your furniture, and it's in a dark black accent, or, well, yeah, it is black, and it has like kind of like a little grayish matte finish on it, and it's great. Doesn't taste so bad either. Just kidding, you're not supposed to taste your Xbox. Anyways, this is actually a really cool system, and it is packed with a lot of power. And let's get right into the other aspects of it. Alright guys, before I jump into games and all that, something you might want to check out is the HDR component on your TVs. So getting your TV into game mode is a good idea because for most TVs it cuts down the lag that you experience. So check if your TV has a game mode on it and make sure it's set to that, because that'll give you the best experience. Now, also, Xbox, in its menus, in its settings menus, there's a way to check if your TV has HDR, 4K, and 60 Hz. There's a check for it, and you can calibrate your HD TV. So it's a good idea to check that out, and I'll leave a link to that in the bottom of this video. Back to games, guys. Whenever we're talking about games, yeah, there's all these original Xbox titles that you have. Yes, the Xbox Series X runs it faster. You'll get faster load times, better visuals, slightly better visuals, and some of them aren't as upgraded or anything. Original Xbox titles that aren't even Xbox optimized, they still get a little bit of an upgrade. Now, Xbox doesn't have those huge exclusives right now, and they haven't come out yet, but they do offer optimized versions, and you'll see it by a little badge in the store when you download your game. For instance, Gears of War 5 has a little X/S in it, and it actually tells you that it's an optimized version, and it automatically downloads the best version. In those versions you get better visuals, HDR, frame rates, and all sorts of cool things that are being done, and the games look fantastic. So look for the Xbox Series X optimized ones and you'll be enjoying your time with those cool visuals and crisp gameplay. Biggest and most apparent features, and it's really well marketed for the Xbox Series X, is actually their quick resume feature. So if you're switching between games like I do, I play Watch Dogs, Gears of War 5, and all these different games, you're able to switch almost instantaneously and jump into a game that you were playing before. So I switched from Watch Dogs to Gears of War 5, and it was near instantaneous how you can jump into a game. Not to mention that your load times are way faster on the Xbox Series X than the Xbox One X. And that's thanks to something that I'll mention later on in this video, and it's called the velocity architecture. Basically, this thing has a better hard drive and it's faster. So we'll get into that later. There's also something that Microsoft isn't telling you. They really don't care if you buy this Xbox console, which is really weird because you're thinking, wait, Microsoft, you want to sell us a console. Why don't you want us to buy it? They do, but that's not the main thing they want you to buy. And there's a secret weapon that I'll mention at the end of this video that they want you to get, but that's closer to the end. If you go through the marketing material of the Xbox, you'll notice a few things that people mention. Variable refresh rate. Variable refresh rate is just basically using this new HDMI 2.1 spec that the Xbox uses for HDMI, and that allows your display in your Xbox to kind of sync up on refresh rates and allow it to vary. If this thing can run and refresh faster, the display accepts that. So they kind of work in sync to give you a smoother gameplay. And so if the action gets really intense on the screen and processing kind of gets bogged down, the refresh rates may lower down and vary. You won't really notice it because it allows you to have smooth gameplay, and it's staying above maybe 50, 60 hertz, but you won't notice it. And that's a really cool thing about the HDMI. And as a note, make sure you use the HDMI cable that came with your Xbox or a high-speed HDMI cable, because that'll allow you to have those cool features such as variable refresh rate, and also if your display supports that. And you'll be able to check that in that menu I mentioned. Also a feature called Smart Delivery. That just means this thing will figure out what game or what portion of the game to download first for you. And if you can choose, because if you don't want the whole multiplayer piece of a game, you could just download the single-player campaign. And it intelligently allows you to choose and smartly delivers that to your Xbox when you need it, so you're ready to go in the game. Now, I talked about the secret weapon that Microsoft has. So in the console wars, people are moving towards a style of subscription style service. Xbox has something called the Game Pass. For about $14.99 a month, you get to have a la carte choice of games that you get to download. You can choose from a library of games that you can download to your system, but they're improving that service. That includes Game Pass and Xbox Live, and also EA Play and potentially Ubisoft in the future. So Game Pass is this subscription service that Microsoft wants you to get, and that's a secret weapon, because once it joins up with something they're developing called xCloud, it's already available on Android devices. I have an iPhone, and I missed out. Anyways, they have the ability to stream games to you now. So it's a cool service because you can download games at your choice and play them everywhere. So it's almost like Xbox games literally on your iOS device, on your PC, wherever you want to pick up and play it, you can. And that's the secret weapon that Microsoft is developing. Now, because on this channel I like to tie in finance and personal finance and investments, Microsoft has been moving towards a direction of getting people to do subscriptions, or it's a service-based model, which is how you get Office 365. You pay a subscription for it. If you kind of look at their financials and the direction of their last earnings reports and calls, Microsoft actually has Azure services being their second largest revenue source. They're developing services for the cloud. And along with that, they're branching out and making Xbox services in the cloud. So they're moving towards this cloud direction and getting a lot of money from it, because that's a new untapped source of revenue for them. What that means is your Game Pass and Xbox service, Live, and all these cool things that you're going to have with it are getting better and better by the day. And Microsoft knows what it's doing when it comes to the cloud, because they are the #2 cloud provider behind Amazon. So that's kind of my finance, investment, stock price analysis kind of thing. Don't worry, this isn't financial advice, and I'm just doing this for entertainment purposes, so don't buy stock based on my preferences. I'm just a dude on the internet, guy, and so don't blame me if you lose your money. go talk to a finance professional. But all in all, guys, the Xbox Series X is great, and I've enjoyed my time with it. The controller feels awesome in my hand. It's got a nice tactile feel to it. Overall, the system is well designed and fits well underneath my media center. It loads my games faster, and I'm waiting for all the cool games to come out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more reviews like this. And also, I'm kind of going in a new direction with finance and personal finance and life hacks. So there's more content to come, so please do subscribe for those things in the future. Hope you guys have a good one. Thank you.